Hi, I broke my selfie stick thingy. The kids were playing with it. So, I'm just gonna see how this goes. Anyway, just gonna show you guys how I add the backing. And then if you're wondering what this is called, it's called blackout. It's like a polyester. It's really thin, it doesn't fray. And it's thin enough to go on the back of your earrings. And that's Peltex, the flexi firm that I beat on. That, blackout, this. Now what I do, I'm just gonna kind of give you guys an idea of how I put these post things. You can see that. Just kind of give you an idea of how to add these onto the back of your earrings. The reason I do little tutorials like this is because not everybody knows how to use these. So my trial and error, and I'm going to post the easiest way that I know how to add these. So like I was saying, I want the post to be facing upwards like this. And then so my post is going to be around the center. I'm not going to have it centered like this. I don't want it like that. So on the earring, I want it facing this way. So what I'm going to do is I put this on here, the shape of the earring, like I squared it out. So from that, I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to fold this in half. Then make sure to press that so you know where the center is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that again. And after I fold that, then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut a tiny bit right in the half of that, a bit. And then after I open that up, I'm still going to have my half pressed in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open that up, grab your fingernail post or whatever they call this, grab that, and what you're going to do, make sure to keep on the outside, like away from you, what you want to show on the back of your earring. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put the bottom end in, and then keep an eye, make sure that you can see that line that you put in there, that from the fold. This part here, you got to kind of wing it a little bit where you're going to push the hole through, because right there, see where I put it up a little bit too high. See, if I don't know if you can see it, but it pulled up a bit and then it bubbled. So what I'm gonna have to do, you don't have to, but I do, so that bubble isn't there, I'm gonna put the hole a little bit tinier, bit more down. See, then that way it's gonna be flat. It's not gonna be bubbled. It's not gonna be bubbled in the back. Don't worry about the hole because you can't see it. Anyway, from that point right there, so shut that, and then remember your line is right there. You can see your line. And then grab your earring. All I use is just this tacky glue. That's all I use. I don't put anything inside of this behind the earring or anything. I don't put anything in there. All I'm going to use it is glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue. Hopefully you can see this okay. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of glue in here. Be a little bit generous with your glue, because when that dries, it's going to keep your, it's going to stiffen up your earring, so it's not going to be flimsy. So make sure to add a little bit more of your glue. Then My little tip, keep your glue upside down in the cup like this so it's ready for you to go when you need it again. And then just use your finger to spread this glue around. Make sure to get all the edges and the corners. Don't worry about having too much glue because like I was saying, that's going to keep the earring stiff. That way you're not having to add anything in that. Okay, once you're done with that, turn this around, and then right where I have the backing of the earring, it's lined up right there. So how I have this, I'll add this on here. It's a little bit tricky to kind of show you over the thing here. Anyway, if this, get if I can turn this around. But anyway, I'm going to line this up how I had it cut out the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, you just kind of got to use your best judgment of where you had it the first time. Then I'm going to put that in there, lined it up right where I had it, like I had it squared out. Remember how I showed you in the beginning? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that. Don't squeeze that too hard or else you're going to squeeze all the glue out the edges. So just press it enough to where it's going to hold still. And then make sure to keep it flat, because if you just put it down like this to to dry, it'll curve, and that's not what you want. You make sure to keep this straight and then flat. And then when you go to let this dry, make sure to leave it face down. You could have put it face down and then press a little bit more, a tad bit more on the backing, like around the post, but not too much. And maybe another hour from now, after this sets, do this again a tiny bit more. So what you're going to do is you're going to let that, what I usually do if I'm working on this in the evening, I'll let this sit overnight. So then that way, don't try to cut this out while this is just freshly on, because it'll shift and then you'll have missing pieces on the back. So make sure to let this set overnight. That's what I usually do. And then I cut it out. And then this will be all stiff and be able to bead the edging. And there you go.